podcast. My name is Lange and I'm your host and energy expert. And today I introduce you to the 𝐂𝐇𝐀𝐏 principle. It is a way of living for you to grow towards your desired future, towards your dreams. It is for you to make the changes in your life so you can enjoy it to the fullest. So stay tuned to learn all about the 𝐂𝐇𝐀𝐏 principle. So, what is the 𝐂𝐇𝐀𝐏 principle all about? It's a process to support change and growth in your life. It's a way to receive inspiration and new energies and magic into your life. So if you are looking to change something in your life, but you have not been able to so far, if you are uninspired or dissatisfied with your current situation, but you feel stuck with where to go from here or what the next step could look like, and if you have a dream or a goal, but you think it's unachievable or you just don't know what to do next and how it's going to look like, then this 𝐂𝐇𝐀𝐏 principle is for you. If any of those resonated with you and they made you feel something inside of you, keep listening to this episode. Without a lot of effort, just by approaching your life in a bit of a different perspective, can you open new doors to yourself. It for sure has changed my life on a scale that I could have never believed before that it was possible. And the more I consciously apply it into my life, the more synchronicities I have, the more magic happens in my life. And it's so beautiful. Before we go deeper into the three main areas where you can apply the principle, let me review with you what the opposite of the principle is and why it is not helping you to live a fulfilled and exciting and abundant life. So, would you agree with me that there is not one person on this earth that has all the information of the world inside of them? Would you agree with me that there is not one person in the world that knows everybody and they know everything about everybody's life? And that there is not one person that has made all the experiences there are to make on this earth? Great. I'm happy you agree with me on this. Because there are some people who live their life like this. They live their life with that limited perspective of their life. And they believe that they know already everything. They believe that they know already enough people to last them until the end of their life. That it's just enough people in their life already. And they live their life in the same way every single day. Every day, every week, every year, they do the same things. They have the same experiences. They live the same way. They go to the same places at the same time. They don't think that they need any new experiences. And I bet you can think of somebody in your life who's like that. And the phrases that these people use when they talk to you or to other people or about life is, that's how we've always done it. Oh, I know that already. Or they say, I have heard this before. No need to tell me again. Or they say, I know what I like. No need to try out something new that I won't like. Have you heard these kind of phrases before? Maybe you have used them yourself, and that's okay. But now is the time to wake up. So my questions are, when you have heard this description, do you think that these people are 100% happy with their current life? Do you think that they never complain about anything in their life? And do you think that they probably have nothing that they would like to change? Like their health, their job, their income? Nothing. They are 100% happy with how their life is. No? Yeah. Like me, you cannot think of a person like that, right? But just think about it. How should anything ever change in their life with that kind of attitude if they stay exactly the same? They are living a life that will stay exactly the same because they are exactly the same. If they don't change, their life is not going to change. Do you see that? And there is a very simple way of avoiding living that life every single day, having every single day the same experiences, the same people, and no new information coming into your life. And that is the empty cup principle. That is to empty your cup for more life. Think about a cup of coffee and it's a really full cup of coffee. But suddenly you realize, actually, I would like to have a cup of tea. But you just have this one cup, like you just have this one life. So what do you have to do to have now a cup of tea? Well, you have to empty that cup of coffee in any kind of way. You have to drink the coffee or you have to pour it out into the sink. Whatever you do, you have to empty that cup of coffee first for you to be able now to make yourself a cup of tea and to enjoy that cup of tea as well with that one cup, with that one life. You got it? Yeah, I bet you do. So it's the same with your life. How should ever anything new or exciting come into your life if you are living your life with a full cup? So ask yourself, where in your life are you living your life with a full cup? Where in your life do you see maybe now an opportunity for you to empty your cup and use this principle of the empty cup? To help you find an area in your life and give you some inspiration, some ideas, I will now talk about 3 main areas in our life where we can easily implement this principle and get the biggest impact. And once you understand the principle working in these 3 areas, you can apply it to other areas in your life very easily. You can apply it anywhere in your life. But let's start with number 1. Number 1 is be open for new information. Be open to new information, new knowledge, and new opinions from other people. Living life with a full cup and an I know it all attitude will keep you stuck in your current situation and in your current life. So we discussed already people like that, right? People that are closed-minded, they are narrow-minded. And if you don't want to be one of them, stay open-minded and learn new things, see other perspectives and expose yourself to new knowledge. Walk around in your life with an empty cup so you can fill it up with new information. The cool thing is, if you want your life to change, the easiest way we can do that is to have a new thought. And how can we have new thoughts? Well, you can have new thoughts by exposing yourself to new information and new knowledge. If you have a full cup, you think you know already everything and you're closed yourself off to other people's opinions, this means that you're not going to have a new thought. Do you see that? But if you're interested in changing your life, changing anything in your life, then it starts with having a new thought. You need to have some new thoughts in your life. Think about a new invention, something great that was invented. It started with somebody having a new thought. There was a time in history when this did not exist yet. So it would mean then that this person who created and invented this thing, this object, this idea, they needed to have some new thoughts, right? So get inspired by new information. And with that, I don't mean the news. The news are not new information. They are reporting of what happened in the past. They are sensationalizing what has already happened. And it's creating worst case scenarios of our future based on what has just happened. So I do not mean the news for new information. I mean reading a book, watching a documentary, reading a biography of somebody who has done something great. If you want something particular in your life happening, then read a book of somebody who has done it already, somebody who has done it really well, and read up how they did it. Get inspired by their way of doing it and achieving it. That's how you get new information in your life. And one last thing on that first topic. Just because you know something does not mean you truly know it. Having learned something with your brain is just the one stage in the knowing process. You need to experience something, you need to take action, you use your body and you use your hands to truly know something. If you just stay in your mind, in your brain, it's just a concept. It's just a philosophy. You don't really know it. Just if you actually put something that you know into action, something that you learned, if you put that into action, that's when you really do something. That's when you really experience something. And that's how you suddenly become knowing of it or even mastering it. Okay, great. So let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is about getting to know new people in your life. Get to know new people in your life. They are in your life for a reason. Find out what that reason is, and you will be surprised by what you learn about yourself. Not just the person, but what you learn about yourself. Be open to meeting new people. Where do you think new information is supposed to come from as well? If you just keep seeing the same people every single day, step out of your comfort zone and get to know the people in your life. Maybe they are already there and you have never had the guts or the time to actually speaking to them. You know, they are in your orbit for a reason. They are in your life for a reason. And you will be surprised to find out what that reason is. And that could be a colleague that you might have always just said hello to. It might be your neighbor who you just have small talk with in the elevator. Or it might be the person that keeps sitting opposite of you on your commute to work. I love now talking to new people and getting to know people on a deeper level. And what I learn by that is, first of all, new information. I get new perspectives from these people on certain topics that are important for me in my life. I might get to a solution to a problem. I just couldn't see the solution before, but this person either talks about it or they talk about something similar, and suddenly you get that aha moment. You might even get a helping hand with something in your life from that other person. Or their story that they are telling you is so aligned with your own story, but they might have taken a different approach in their life, and it can inspire you to try something different as well. I get to understand now that all the people in my life are there for a reason. But the reason can be very different. It can be a very happy reason. It can be a supportive reason. It can be a joyful reason. It can be that it's a new friend, a new ally, a new partner. And they can be demanding. They can be challenging. They can be eye-opening. When you are faced with such a person in your life, ask yourself, ask your heart, ask your inner voice, What message is the universe trying to give me through that person? What am I supposed to learn from the interaction with that person? And what can I learn to maybe finally let go of by meeting that person? I am now much more conscious about the people that I spend my time with. But if a person like that comes into my life, they step into my life, and usually they might not be completely aligned with the people that I love to spend time with, I ask myself why. I know it is for a reason, and I know there is a message with that person. There is a message in the interaction with that person. And what I do then is I start observing myself. I start observing myself in interacting with that person. I start observing that person and how they are with me in interaction with me. And while I'm observing the situation, I try to see the message. I try to get already the insight that it's trying to tell me. That's how I learn so much more about myself. I get suddenly insights and I receive messages and I discover my blind spots. Blind spots are things that you're not aware of, that are part of you. And other people are the best way for you to learn about your blind spots. It's like somebody puts a mirror up to yourself and says, look closer. Okay? So that was our second part. It was about getting to know new people in your life. Now, moving on to part 3, the third area in your life where I want you to use the empty cup principle is in the area of experiences. I want you to welcome new experiences into your life. I want you to have an empty cup when it comes to the area of experiences. So, for you to truly master something, you have to experience it with your body, in your life, with your hands. I always use the example of learning how to swim. You can read a book on how to swim. You can know all the techniques and all the philosophy and all the principles and the guidance. But does that mean that you can actually swim? No, you can't. Until you're not jumping into that water and apply what you have learned and actually start swimming, you cannot swim. That's how you really truly know how to swim. And that's really the only way as well for you to master it. Do you see that? So where in your life do you think you know something, but you actually have never applied it? You actually have never experienced it. In which area have you never moved from the concept of learning it to the concept of applying it into your life? Take this as a message from your higher self to move into action now. And empty your cup for more experiences in your life. Don't think just because you might have experienced already a lot in your life that it's enough. The reason why we are even born, the reason why we are on this earth is to experience, and that means to keep experiencing it. So if we stop experiencing new things, we are standing still. We are not truly living. It's like we are stuck in one place. It's like it's Groundhog Day, where every day is exactly the same. It's like you're hitting pause on the movie of your life, and the story just doesn't go anywhere. If you're not willing to have new experiences, if you're not willing to do something different, then your life is going to stay the same. If you're staying the same, your life is going to stay the same. There is no room for you to grow, to accomplish that goal, to fulfill that dream that you have. Do you see the connection? Suppose you're willing to put yourself into a new situation and experience something new, then the universe is going to respond by sending you more new experiences like that. But that sometimes means stepping out of our comfort zone, Sometimes it just means for you to do something differently than you always do it. It can be as easy as going to a completely new restaurant. It can be as easy as taking a different way to work, or cooking a completely new meal, or spending your holiday in a different place. If you want your life to look differently at some point in your life, you have to do something differently now or pretty soon. Does this make sense to you? If you stay the same, you keep experiencing the same things and your life is going to stay the same. So, summarizing one more time the empty cup principle and the three main areas in your life where you can start applying it into. First, be open to new information, to new knowledge and people's opinions. Second, get to know new people in your life. Get to know the people in your life better. And third, welcome new experiences in your life. Be open. Have an empty cup to new experiences in your life. Pick one of these areas and try it out today. I dare you to try it out now. Okay, so thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you're taking something away from it. I hope you're applying something from this into your life and take the next step to fulfill your dreams, to enjoy your life even more. Share this episode with a dear friend or a loving family member so they can hear this message too. And let me know in the review, let me know in the comment sections where you see me or hear me, how you like the empty cup principles. And with that, I love you and leave you. Talk soon and bye-bye.